So this is the kind of thing that they're doing here. This cat looks like my cat, could be your cat, could be my cat. He's been paralyzed, and then a head implant put in there, and he's trying to find out how to, make people walk by doing this to cats, which we know is quadrupeds, or trying, and that seems like a really good thing to do, right? And lots of people, I'm sure, are paralyzed, really want to walk again. But the point is this cannot be extrapolated to humans. There is no way on this planet doing this to a cat is going to help a human being. We need more human-based research, not experiments on cats that are this obscenely cruel.
Vivisection is a lie!
How many animals have to die?
Vivisection is a trick!
They make money while we get sick!
Hey, hey! Oh, ho! Animal experiments have to go!
Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I'm Britt of People for Reason in Science and Medicine, and we are so grateful for every one of you who took off work, who took time off your busy schedules to stand up for the animals here in these vivariums. It's really important when it comes to anti-vivisection to be persistent and keep showing UCLA and the vivisectors that we are not giving up. Because the vivisectors aren't giving up. They're here every working day doing their grisly stuff. I can't call it work. All their grisly, horrible, nightmarish experiments. And they say, of course, they do it for human beings, which is a lie. Anti-vivisection is a very special animal issue because it takes time. It takes time and persistent for victories to happen. It doesn't happen overnight. Investigations can take years, and educating people about the fraud of vivisection can take years until everybody understands that vivisection harms people. It was about 30 years ago that Chris DeRose at the Last Chance for Animals office got phone calls from medical students here at UCLA, very upset, some of them crying, saying, "We have to do animal experiments to get our medical degree. In order to become doctors, we have to torture animals, and we don't want to do that. Please help us. Please get us out of this." So Chris, he decided to publicize their plight, and he had 4 or 5 of us lock ourselves up in the dean's office, and he mangled the locks and the hinges in a way where they couldn't break in and get to us. And the reception area was glassed in. And so when we got in there, we hung up a big sign that says, "Animal Research Scientific Fraud." And when the media came and the reporters came and they aimed their cameras at us, what they saw was the sign, "Animal Research Scientific Fraud." And Jack Carone, he was out there talking to them, telling them how medical students learn nothing by torturing animals, and they don't want to do it. And meanwhile, there were like 900 activists, protesters out there in support of us, cheering us on, and then watching while we got hauled off to jail. But Chris always had good lawyers, and charges were dropped. So under the leadership of PCRM, Last Chance, PETA, other animal groups, and thousands of protesters all over the country, every single one of them so important. 2 years ago, the University of Tennessee became the last medical school in the US and Canada to force medical students to vivisect on animals to get their degree. And that's how long it took. And some of us have hung in there. A lot of the 900, they're gone. We don't know where they are. But that's how important it is and how well worth it is to accomplish something like that, even though it takes a long time. And yes, abolishing vivisection will take a long time, but as I said, each and every one of us is important. That every one of you showed up is really important. It adds to the number. It adds to the number that UCLA and the vivisectors see. We will not give up. Now, and Krista Rose hasn't either, and he's going stronger than ever, as well as Sandra Bell, who was in this years before I was in it, and she's still going strong. So I admire them.